It seems like many, if not most, of the esports players out there are not just athletes playing their game, but they're also rock stars in a sense. They're rock stars in the video world, that they do and narrate Let's Play videos, that they have a whole persona that they've developed side by side alongside their acumen at playing video games, and that they're oftentimes practicing and developing their skills in public as they are filming themselves and broadcasting their own gameplay and commentary. Suzanne, do you agree with me on that assessment?
Yeah, totally. I think that esports players are a lot more accessible than professional athletes. Just in that they are posting Let's Plays and they are tweeting, and you can tweet at them and they'll respond, and they're on the games, you know their handles, you know their tags, and it almost, you develop a relationship with that person. They aren't just someone who's on your TV on Sundays. There's someone who's on your Twitter, on your Facebook, you're watching their Let's Play on YouTube or Twitch. Your life is just kind of rolling along with theirs.
So I think this is another way in which esports athletes might be at a disadvantage, especially if they are young, in that they don't necessarily realize all the rules that apply to them, not only as they're playing their sport, but as they are talking about and narrating their own and others' play of the sport. There have been a couple of instances lately where it's been clear that the FTC at least thinks, we've talked a lot on this show about the FTC guidelines that went into place for disclosing when you are endorsing something, if you are being paid or otherwise compensated for that endorsement. And we tend to think about that in the context of blogs and social media and Twitter. But in the gaming world, it comes up as people are affiliated either with a league or a game developer, et cetera, and are doing very positive things in connection with that partner and not disclosing. Suzanne, you did a piece on this recently.
Yeah, there's really interesting spaces, especially with like peripherals. I'm currently wearing Razer headphones. Razer sponsors some of the teams. So they'll be using the peripherals on their stream and not mention that, hey, I got all of these peripherals for free, but Razer is obviously getting free advertising out of it. And the FTC definitely frowns on not disclosing that kind of advertising.
Is this something you think the Players Union might be able to help out with, Patrick?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's something they're going to have to deal with as far as disclosures, and certainly as far as splitting the revenue share, right? If a team owner cuts a deal with Razer, you can be sure that any collective bargaining is going to address how that money is allocated among the team members, because right now maybe it isn't being allocated at all. So yeah, it's the disclosures and the revenue share will be part of it.
Right. One specific instance where this happened had to do with Dead Realm. Have you been paying attention to this, Ryan?
Dead Realm, not in particular. Can you just give me a quick summary on that one?
Yeah, it's a game. It's a horror game that's been very successful on Steam. And some of its YouTubers neglected to mention that they had financial ties to the game itself. The game developer is called 3 Black Dot.
Right, I knew. I'm sorry, I knew about that as the 3 Black Dot. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's and they got caught, but it's not everyone, but a lot of people do this. A lot of companies do this. There's so many successful and popular and well-watched YouTubers who are such a fine line between what's entertainment and what's a true review that people are relying on. And that's when the payola argument comes in, where, do these people need to be disclosing things? How do you comply with these new FTC regulations? It's a fine line across the board. So it's certainly something everyone's been abusing though, because there was no rules. So a lot of these reviewers were making a lot of money playing games. Dark Realm happened to be one of the ones that got a bunch of bad headlines about it, but they're certainly not alone.